Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventurers Sanctuary. Today you're joining us for our 34th session. Last session was pretty intense, I think we all agree on that one, with the death of two characters. However, luckily we were both able to be resurrected through ritualistic means in town. However, there's obviously been a bit of a shake-up with the party as a result of this, and having to really consider about what they're doing and how they're approaching things and what they want to do next. So much so that they haven't even told me. So I've had to go ahead and plan lots of different things. Thank you very much, party. Small announcement to make for today. Sadly, our new druid is not going to be making an appearance today. He's informed me that his health is not very good at the moment. So from all of us, Baxter, we hope you make a good recovery, and we will see you in 2 weeks, mate. But for the rest of us, the show goes on. So, session 33 recap. Just to bring you up to date, for anyone who doesn't know, I do this every session, so it brings the players back up to date with what's going on, gives us a quick reminder, and also the viewers at home as well. So, picking up from last session then, at the very top of the session, the party were left in a very, very dire situation from the session we had previously, where death for two of them seemed very likely. Well, at this moment at least. After breaking open the barrel of rotten mulch on the floor near his feet, Alaric somehow is splashed by it and breathes in the rising vapours, instantly falling ill, retching and violently vomiting all over the wall and the floor in one corner of the room, whilst Crodus, with a stronger stomach for things which are more foul, is able to resist being overwhelmed by the stench and avoids the liquid entirely. Quickly, he grabs another barrel, as time was not a commodity right now, and as he done so, a small creature, what looked to be an abnormally large rat, peeked out from behind the remaining barrel and fled across the room, turning with every few steps that it took, slowly but surely into a human form. The man, now fully formed, claimed that he had been following the party for some time, as they looked interesting to him, and could maybe help him with a few answers to his burning questions. But the time for this was not now. It was not time to talk about it, as some of the party were in need of help. He immediately rushes to a non-perplexed Crodus and attempts to help with the barrels, but is sadly unable to help after transforming from such a weak creature. His muscles are not quite recovered and is shape enough to raise the second barrel alone. Crodus then takes the barrel and swiftly moves to the ring of fire, where he tosses the barrel with such force that it lands and breaks into several shards, and in turn releases the contents as it seeps out into one of the fire gushing fissures nearby, filling it up with the goop that is inside, essentially causing a clogging effect for the fire vent, preventing it from spewing out any more of its deadly flames. We then move to the first of the down characters, Scarlet, who takes severe burning damage at the start of a turn and still passes the death save, managing to stage a fight against death itself. Meanwhile, the Darkstalkers return to their set positions as the rest of the party help, including Blaise, who bravely dashes through the fire in an attempt to save her adopted sister. Francis jumps into action and tries to drag by the foot one of the fire-resistant imps. He drags it into the flame ring, but lacks the strength to throw it into the flames right now. Baxter then joins him and summons forth a spirit of the woodlands, the Oak Sage, who instantly busts his HP and HP for allies around him. Alaric remains at the back of the room, now killed over and holding his stomach, whilst Crodus grabs hold of the imp from Francis and tosses it directly into the rolling flames, and it instantly blocks a second flame vent. The plan they had hatched seemed to be working. A few rounds pass by with Scarlet and Ophi slipping slowly into Death's domain, with a desperate Blaise stood over them, trying to save them both, but failing to be any help. Suddenly, Ophi takes her final breath and slips away quietly. At this point, fear and despair kicks in, and the party remaining begin to flee. However, not set on retreat just yet, Baxter decides to brave the flames once more and tries to heal up Scarlet. which he manages to do using his Sage Spirit. In the meantime, Krolos grabs hold of the remaining imp bodies and blocks more of the fire, clambers over the bodies to Ophi and grabs her lifeless form, and is soon making a fast retreat back over the bridge of imp bodies. Baxter heads over the bridge, removes the burning from Scarlet and scoops her up, utters some strange language to cast a spell, and then uses a strange form of mystical portal magic which allows him to escape with Scarlet in tow. Blaise, on the other hand, stays behind and buys the party some time, allows them to escape the tower, at which point she gains the attention of the Darkstalkers, and that's the last we see of her. Her fate is unknown. Sadly, on the way out, Scarlet expires as she hangs over the shoulder of Baxter, unconscious. He feels her breathing slow and fully stop as they ascend the cold tower steps, the sounds of combat fading slowly into nothingness. There's a slight pause when the party get to the top of the stairs, out of breath and their hearts feeling all heavy, racked with pain of losing 2 party members, but their minds are set on returning them to life. Hurriedly, they head to the waypoint and warp back into the rogue encampment. Once there, the party who are able, along with some of the other aid of the other sisters there, perform the rituals they need to do to return Ophi and Scarlet back to life. However, their return is not the greatest one, and it's not the best they can do, so Ophi and Scarlet both return quite weakened. So collectively then, the party agree to remain in the camp for now and get as much needed rest as possible before deciding what they are actually going to do next. Blaise at this point has still not returned after many hours to the rogue encampment, and Baxter is the last person to see her alive. So, our scene will switch to the rogue encampment, where our party have just finished their long rest. Their extended rest. As we can see, they will be one by one waking up. Apart from Baxter, who's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, party. When you're ready.
Scarlet's going to be sitting over by the campfire, just trying to mentally adjust herself and correct herself after a horrific experience of what she can only associate with as hell. Passing away in those flames, it's definitely had a traumatic impact on her.
Yeah, not a problem. Makes full sense. Obviously, you've been through quite an ordeal, but believe it or not, as often as you see people at night, and they are sometimes around the fire, this night they seem to be giving you guys a little bit of a wide berth. They don't want to crowd round anyone. They don't want to try and force a conversation with anyone that it isn't necessary or isn't wanted. So you do have some time on your own to reflect and to go over your own emotions and so on, whilst you wait for the rest of your party to wake up.
Yeah, I'm just having flashbacks of Bloodraven and being tied to that tree, and sort of flashbacks of seeing the hellfire sort of scorch me alive. Looking up at Ophi as I was, and at Blaise as I was slipping away. It all feels like a bit of a nightmare, to be honest.
Interesting way to put it.
Looking into the flames.
Give me a wisdom save. Let's see how strong your resolve is.
Not very. 1 second. A save, yeah?
Yeah, wisdom save, yeah. Yeesh. Okay. So as you sit there on your own, just glaring away into the fire, having all these flashbacks has seriously unnerved you. And for the time being, you are going to have a fear of fire. So what this means is that when you come within 10 feet or so of something that is actually burning, so even though the campfire is seemingly warm and comforting to you, it brings back a few flashbacks of what's happened, and you instantly step back and away from it. And you'll be at disadvantage when you are around a fiery source, shall we say. It has to be a severe source. It's not just like a small torch like the one that's burning like across the pathways or anything. It has to be like a full-on blaze.
That's kind of how I picture it. She's sitting by the campfire. As she's looking into the fire, she has a flashback, and then suddenly, even though she's sitting down, she'll suddenly jerk backwards as she has images of this, as of all the pain and suffering, and she sort of suddenly, has an aversion to the flame, and she sort of rolls away from the fire, and sort of sweaty and panicky and hyperventilating a little bit. She's absolutely no. She's gonna I'll move her away from the fire a little bit.
Yeah, it's only a temporary thing, but every time you go too close, or that there's something that's higher or more stronger, should we say, of a source than what just a general burning sconce would be, we'll be making wisdom saves, and if you fail them, then you'll be at a disadvantage for.
Yep.
Okay. However, if you move away from them, the following turn you'll be absolutely fine. So it's just proximity.
You'll see her hands shaking. She's very shaky at the moment.
Yeah. So sadly, what has once been a comforting feeling for you, being able to sit around the campfire and just gaze in and just forget yourself for a while, has now turned into something which is a rather nasty sting. Don't forget you have taken an extended rest, so you have all your mana points, you have all your hit points back, and you've also got a D10 as a temporary bonus HP. That goes for everyone else as well when you wake up.
Do I roll D10 now?
You can if you want to, yeah. And then just add it onto your sheet as temporary hit points.
How is the world at the moment? I noticed. How is everything
in general? Okay, so roughly the time we are talking at the moment is, I did write it down. It is roughly about 1 p.m. So you guys have basically slept through the entire morning, and now it's the fire from before is now starting to die down. They try to keep it fresh every night to fight off the cold winds that are coming in from the mountains, but generally you've still got the ominous glow off towards the east, the orange skies and very darkened clouds. The fog is still, or I should say, it's kind of smog at this point. It's still very much around the area, still making it very hard for you to actually see too far in front or around you at any one time. Obviously, the camp is slightly easier because it's all well lit and you can see to the perimeter of all sides, but not much further past that. Other than that, it's basically same old. Your day that you are on now is day 8. So it's been 8 days since the fleeing of the rogues to this encampment. So you've only been here a week, or just over.
Where is everyone else?
Okay, so at the moment, The rest of the NPCs in camp, you've obviously got the 2 guards that they have at all times over by the bridge. Keep an eye on there. You've got some that are tending to the cattle. You've got some that are looking around the external wall, just to make sure that any maintenance work that needs doing gets done, so it keeps it nice and firm, so that it can't be taken by surprise from either sides. The main NPCs, so your traders and the people that you actually converse with, they are keeping to themselves. They are staying mainly towards where their shops, or the makeshift shops, are, and also their abodes. They are just basically trying to give you, because of what happened the previous day, they want to try and give you some space, and are not being up and around you, or being standoffish or anything like that. It's just they want to allow you some time to recover, without throwing any quests at you or anything like that, or trying to find out information from you. So for now, they are all quite scattered about the camp, which is why you have the fire, or the dying fire, on your own. The closest one to you at the moment would be Warif, but his head is full on doing stock counts for today. He would have been doing most of it throughout the morning to make sure that the camp has enough food, wood storage, and so on, and to see whether anything actually needs to be collected. See if there's anything new that's been recovered as well, because it's not just you guys that are bringing stuff back. It will be other rogues that go a little bit further out of the camp, shall we say, like around the perimeter, just see if they can find something that wasn't there before, stretch out a little bit, and then come back to camp and give in their findings. So Warif takes care of all of that. Waypoint is active still, so I'm not sure if you know about the one that was in the cold plains. No, you don't. You know that there was the big explosion, or like a big beam of light that shot off towards where the camp direction was, when you were over in the Black Marsh. But you are still yet to find what it is that caused it. You just know that it was around this area. And in the air there are like what you would consider like dust particles, but they're not dust. They look like, if you imagine ash, but it kind of glows slightly blue, so it almost looks like fairy-like, or sprite, or that kind of like odd, strange magic that has just been blasted into the air and is now got kind of like a spore. But they're high above. They're not ground levels, so they are higher up. So you don't breathe them in or anything like that. They just seem to just be floating across very gently. But some change direction and stuff like that, as if it's sentient.
Okay, I'll look around for just everyone else. Alaric, Crodus, Sophie, all of that.
Great stuff. Okay.
Did I sleep in my outfit?
Generally, most likely, yeah.
Right, cool.
Normally, yeah, you would. You would take some of it off, like your armor and your weapons, and just keep that off to one side. But generally, you would have something that you would wear most of the time, and then you would just put anything extra on top of it, like your cape or whatever, or your cloak, sorry, and your hood. You sling that on, so that would be your difference between kind of like undergarments and then over.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So, yeah.
So yes, you are coming to. You've got a horrible bitter taste in your mouth. Tastes a bit earthy, and you kind of like smack your, that tastes right. I need a drink. That sort of thing. So there are obviously things that you can have access to in the camp, so don't worry about that. Generally, once you're part of the party, you can have access to any of the supplies and provisions that they give whilst in camp. However, everybody who has food rations needs to half the amount that they've had, because half of them have rotted away. Where they've not been used and they've not been stored anywhere, they've just been on you all the time. So they are starting to look a little bit sad and starting to be a little off colour and starting to smell. So best you get rid of those and keep the healthier stuff that you've still got. But over time, if you're not using that, that will also deteriorate as well. So just bear that in mind.
Mine would be pretty well baked.
Yeah, I imagine it will be. Okay.
Can I get up now then, please?
You can indeed.
Alright, so I'm gonna get up, put all my stuff back, just literally straight away, put my stuff back on, creep over everyone else, like, up the camp, then just sit by the waypoint, just watching the sparks,
Yeah.
and then just glance over what everyone else is doing, just leaving them be.
I'll walk over to Alaric and sort of, as I'm messing about with my spare crossbows, looking for Lilith and Lily, and I can't find them. And I'll see him staring at the waypoint. I'll ask him, "How do you suppose they work?"
Always find out. They'll push you in.
I'm not really standing next to it. I'm just sort of approaching you more than the waypoint.
How am I supposed to know how they work? I'm not magic.
We take them for granted, using them every day, several times a day. Yeah. Wonder how they work. Some arcane magic, maybe. Do you never wonder?
Not really, no.
Do you have them where you're from?
Yes, I think.
DM, does he have them where he's from? Are they unique to this area?
What's that? Sorry.
Waypoints.
Waypoints. Scattered across the world. They were designed by a. Well, to be honest, Alaric will know that these are designed by the Magi, because being as he is an assassin, he is a subsect of the Magi himself. So, obviously, he will be taught some of the history of them, and what to look out for and what to exterminate. But yes, the waypoints were explained. They were told about these, that they are age-old ways of teleportation and transportation. However, they only seem to activate for people who are chosen for them to activate.
Now, we going to talk about why you were in that crypt, in that tomb, in that tower?
I was tired, so I went into the coffin and fell asleep.
Coffin?
It was a coffin. You woke me up, was it not?
I wasn't the one that found you. You were just in. I don't think you were just in. You were just in a coffin, in a crypt, in a booby-trapped tower.
It was very stormy. I wanted to hide from the storm.
Scarlett's gonna get irritated and just wave her hand. You're hopeless, and just storm off. She'll go looking for Ophi.
Just remember,
And for
Scarlett, that storm claimed someone's life.
Storm.
Yeah, the lightning storm.
Oh, the druid.
Mm-hmm.
As Scarlett starts to walk away, I just ask her, how's death?
I'm not gonna even grace that with an answer. I want to go ask Cassia where Blaise is.
Okay. So you seek out Kasha, who is still looking a little bit worried because Blaise has still not returned. And as you approach her, before you say anything, she says, "Have you seen her?"
Seen who? I was going to ask you where Blaise is. I haven't. She never came back with us.
Yeah, that's who I meant.
She's not reported for duty?
No, she is not. The last time I saw her, she was going with you to investigate a tower.
And she says that I'm going to sprint off and look for Ophi. Who was with me that day? Ophi, Alaric's useless. One towards Alaric. Ophi, Francis, and Produce. I will ask them and say, look, you know, I'll get a bit panicky. Where's Blaise? Where? And I'll wake them up. I'll shake them. Where is Blaise?
Are you shaking me? Huh?
All of you. Blaise. Where is Blaise?
Ophi doesn't know.
I don't know. I didn't see Blaise. The last I saw was the flames taking me.
Right, shake Francis. Francis, where is Blaise?
No, fuck off.
Sorry?
I don't know. Fuck off.
Produce. Shake Produce. Produce, where is she? Where is Blaise?
No response.
I'm starting to worry something bad might have happened to her as well. Knowing what a bad situation I was in. I'm starting to worry how she might have got out of that situation, given that we were surrounded by flames and enemies.
Mm.
More flashbacks, more shaking, tremors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlett's in a bad way.
The only people that actually saw whatever happened to her are either refusing to talk or unable to talk.
I'll shout at Alaric. Do you know what happened to Blaise?
Who?
Blaise.
Who?
I'll get irritated. I'm gonna walk over and punch him straight in the face. a shaky punch, but a punch to the face nonetheless. Like I'm gonna storm over to him like a really pissed off woman does, and
Okay.
just fucking deck him straight in the face.
Alright.
I don't know how he reacts to that. Yeah, Alaric, you'll see me coming. Like I'm shaky as.
Yeah.
I need to. Yeah, I need to know what you're doing.
As he comes over to, as Scarlett comes over to me,
Yeah.
I'm literally just gonna come, open my arms, come at me, and then as soon as I see the punch, I'm gonna try and duck under.
All right. Roll to hit then, Scarlett.
If it helps, I'm shaky as all heck. I'm not particularly well composed. It won't be. I wouldn't have thought a particularly hard
Roll
thing
to
to
hit
do
then.
for him. Yeah. Okay.
No criticals. Just if you beat the AC, you beat the AC.
Right. I don't have got an unarmed attack. What modifiers would that use for me? Would that be strength?
Well, it's up to you. You can either use your strength or dexterity, I believe.
I suppose I'll probably go for rather than a strong punch, it's a fast punch. So probably dex.
Yes.
But unarmed,
You're
so it'll be
quite a
a
technical fighter, so it would make sense. But obviously, any damage you deal is still off your strength.
Alright, +6 to hit then. Oh wow, it's not bad. 24 to hit.
That's it.
Yeah. So you crack Alaric straight in the face as he ducks and tries to avoid your blow. What he doesn't realise is that you've actually come from below, and he ducks straight into it and crack straight into the nose. Alaric, you are slightly dizzied from the blow. You don't suffer any damage, but you do have a moment of like a dizzy spell as you stumble backwards.
And all the while I'll be screaming, "Where is she? Where is Blaise?"
I'm gonna recompose myself and then just walk away.
I'm going to scream, "Don't you dare walk away from me!
So
Tell me where she is!"
I'll just go to the campfire, just walk towards that.
Okay, so Alaric walks off. With all the shouting and the commotion that's going on inside the camp, obviously you are gaining the attention of a lot of people. One in particular, where are you? Where is she? There she is. She's a bit big. I've not used this one before. And she comes rushing over to you. And you can see that she looks almost a spitting image of Blaise. The only slight difference in how she looked is the colour of her eyes are blue.
I'm going to be in quite distress and like on the brink of probably in tears, to be honest. Sort of frustrated. Why is no one talking to you? Why is no one telling where Blaise is?
And she sounds quite aggressive. What sort of talk about Blaise?
I can't find her. She's gone.
What do you mean she's gone? She was with you the last time we know. How could you lose her? And she doesn't know what's happened to you. She doesn't know what's happened to the party.
I'm going to be sort of hyperventilating and trying to compose myself, not succeeding, and just sort of through sort of deep snorting tear breaths and be like, she was with us in the flames. The flames, they were everywhere. The tower. So much pain. And I'm sort of becoming a bit incoherent at the moment, just sort of saying how much, all the pain I was in, and there's no way I can transmit that message across. It's just in my blubbering mess. I don't know how that comes across, but yeah, I'm just trying to explain fire, tower, pain. So much pain.
Okay.
I can hear all the commotion going off outside, so I kind of get myself sat up and stretch, get all the gear and stuff sorted, and start making my way out of the tent.
Okay. As you do this, Ophi, the newcomer or the new face storms over. Well, the newcomer with the familiar face storms over to Kasha. And with a heated expression, basically starts grilling her as to where Blaise is. There's something unspoken here. You can easily tell. However, for the time being, the only thing that's coming out of her mouth is not answers. It is just, where is she? And Kasha's just basically struggling to give her any answers. To say that I don't know. I've not seen her. And you got to bear in mind that you guys have been performing rituals that are quite lengthy, and then took a good 8 hours rest on top of that as well. So it's been a good 16 hours that she's been missing.
Yeah, Scarlett's just going to be softly moaning to herself in the corner.
Speechless, because I can't give her any answers. I didn't see what happened once I passed out from the pain. I was oblivious to anything going off around me, and I wasn't even aware of anything until I woke up back at camp. So the whole kind of getting about and Blaise and everything, even the arrival of Alaric is still very sketchy. It's almost like I was dreaming it rather than it actually happening. But we have two new participants in the camp, and I have no idea who Baxter is. And he's,
Yeah, I think that.
he's behind me, and I'm like, who is that guy? Where did he come from?
Yeah. For all you know, Ophi, he's not even part of the party. He's just a random person who you woke up close to, not next to, but close to, in the same makeshift dormitory area that they've provided everybody that comes to this area, so they can have at least a rest, a bit of respite. But there's no, shall we say, there's no answers for you. Because nobody either knows or nobody wants to know and wants to give up any information. So it's a very, very tough and tense moment that you've woken up into. You obviously know that Blaise was down there with you all, fighting with you all, scouting, doing the usual stuff, helping out as best you can. But sadly, you were unable to see how anything else unfolded because you were the first to go.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to kind of waltz around the tent just to stretch my muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to kind of... Can I grab? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can.
Just going to sit over here, and then I'm going to summon Nyx.
Okay.
Because
Let's
for me,
let's have you on
she's
your
like...
feet.
Yeah, she grounds me. She brings me...
Yeah,
kind of-
absolutely. Yep.
So it feels like forever since I saw her last. So I'm going to bring Nyx back out.
Nope. There we go.
Yeah, and I'll sort her health out.
Yeah, that's alright. And she'll just basically just perch on that rock that's next to you and just look at you for a moment. You can see that there's a tear kind of like steaming on her cheek before it evaporates as she looks at you, and she says, I was so worried. Obviously you speak telepathically to her, so only you two hear what's said.
Yeah, I've missed her. It feels, although it's like less than a day, she's almost like an extension of myself because we're so kind of bonded. It's
Yeah.
It's it's not nice when she's not there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of sit with Nyx for a little while and kind of bring myself back to reality.
Okay. She'll just float down from the rock and just perch herself on your arm, on your forearm. And just like nuzzle in with her beak into your arm. And the last thing you hear her say is, "I missed you." Okay. So that's Ophi. What is Crodus doing? He's still not here, is he? Well, it looks like we're not going to have Crodus for today as well, by the looks of it. Francis, what are you doing?
I wake up
Mm-hmm.
and groggily get to my feet because I'm still a little bit tired from the ritual yesterday. And
Yeah, you
walk out to the... Is there a water trough somewhere?
Yes, there is. Over by where the animals are kept, so in the southern side of the camp, there's kind of like a pen that's been made, and there's water troughs there and stuff like that which you can use. Or the river is just next to the bridge. You can just go over there and grab some water from there. It's fairly decent. You can drink it. It's not polluted or anything like that. And as you pass by,
Dunk myself in the river. I dunk myself fully in the river.
you're actually going to go straight in. Alright, you gingerly step down the riverbank and then, oh, it's cold, but I need it. And then you just jump in. Okay, so you're having a morning, well, a midday bath. What are you doing whilst you're there, if I may ask? Because you're getting some strange looks, but nothing more. No one's approached you and asked you what you're doing. Are you just trying to relax, or is it like a meditation thing?
Yeah, I'm literally stripped down onto my underwear, just letting the water rush over me.
Okay. You just like laying in the stream.
Try and clean the grime off me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Your muscles still ache.
And
from
then
the day before.
after about 5 minutes, after about 10 minutes, I get up. Yeah. After about 10 minutes, I get up and get dressed and walk over to the fire to dry.
Very well.
And I'll just sit by the fire for like 10 minutes.
Okay. There are a few ambient sounds that you can hear as you go close to the fire. You can hear Chelsea hammering away on her latest creation. You can hear, as you pass Akara's abode, you can hear the bubbling potion making kit that she's using to try to create some antidote potions and some healing potions and stuff like that to try and keep the stock well flowing. And obviously you can hear like the wildlife that's inside the camp, like the horses neighing and the cows moving and so on, the chickens clucking and that. But other than that, it is a fairly what's the expression? I would say somber feel to the camp at the moment. The word has spread for those who didn't know about what has happened, and also the word has spread that Blaise has not returned after a good 16 hours of you returning. She has not done so. You did pass by someone who looks very much like her, and you could easily have mistaken her for her if it wasn't for the difference in the eye colour. She storms off as you just pass by and get a quick glance, and she looks up at you and just storms off past you after talking with Kasha at length for some time whilst you've been obviously bathing for the last 10 minutes. She's getting nowhere. She's not getting any answers from anybody, and she's starting to get really pissed off about it. So she does steam off in this direction towards the bridge.
I didn't see what happened. I didn't see what happened, did I?
I'm just trying to think back. No, you didn't.
Because I started running, didn't I?
Yeah, you started running. Yeah. You
I know Blaise is missing and not come back.
Yeah. The last thing that you saw around that corner area was the bridge of the bodies that was starting to be created. The barrel was obviously broken. So the flames was starting to be extinguished to a point. But you also saw Blaise dive through and try to help out Scarlet. But then I think it was a couple of maybe 12, 18 seconds or so, like 2 or 3 rounds went by, and you just heard an almighty scream come from that direction, and at which point you basically thought, no, screw this, I'm off, and you took off. You told everyone that it was time that we left, that you had an idea, and that was it. You just headed off. So you never actually saw what happened to Ophi, although you probably got a good idea. Well, you know what happened now, but you never actually saw it happen. You never actually saw what happened to Scarlet. You never saw any of that. You were already well up, I would say about halfway up the stairs before any of that actually unfolded. Going by memory. I think if it wasn't for Crodus and Baxter bringing the bodies up, you wouldn't even know that they were dead, to be honest. That's how far ahead you were into the fleeing. But I understand. It was a horrible situation. And I don't blame Francis for turning and running. Who dropped out?
Cronus, I believe.
No, it's Francis.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. He was there 1 minute and gone the next. Anyway, he's back in.
Welcome back, traveller.
You're back with us. Okay, so let's see. What happens? Okay. Well, that's going to be a plane for now. So, just for everyone else's benefit, Francis has had the misfortune of his microphone going a bit haywire. So for now, he's probably going to be playing quietly, and he'll message with what he wants to say. Other than that, we've got no short-term fixes, so we'll just have to continue as we are. Right. Okay. So what's happened is, guys, because of people dropping in and out of the call, it's actually made it so that it's affecting everybody. So if everyone can leave the chat room for a second and then just join straight back in, and it will reconnect you with a stronger connection to the chat. I'll be doing the same. There we go. That's better. Right. So, what's the plan at this point then, guys? Because obviously time is ticking away, and you've got stuff to do.
I'm gonna look around and see if everyone's like ready to like look somewhat composed to leave. Are they?
Whilst you have probably dealt with death at the end of your blade, Alaric, you've never had to deal with someone that's close or someone that has been around you for some time instantly departing. So there's obviously a lot of shock factor going on at the moment. One that is recoverable from, so it's not going to be forever, but obviously this is going to be a big shake up and a wake up for the party. However, like I said, time is not on your side, and you guys do have things to accomplish. So as horrible as it does seem, not allowing grieving time there, that will have to wait, and it will have to be done at a later date.
Well, then, I'm going to look over to the look over around to all the all the other characters, and just yell at the top of my lungs, "You going back into that tower, or are you just too lazy to go back?" And I'm gonna start marching towards the tower slowly.
Okay. So obviously you would need to take a waypoint. As you head towards the waypoint, you are met by this other rogue who seems to be interested in Blaise. He says, "Hey, are you going? Are you gonna go see if you can find her?"
Do I have a choice in the matter?
Well, I'm asking you. I'm not telling you.
Oh,
I'll jump in and say I'm going back with or without any of you, and I'm gonna make sure just check my gear as I head towards the waypoint. I'm gonna find Blaise.
Then I'm coming with you, and I'm not taking no for an answer.
Fine, don't slow us down.
I was more worried about you slowing us down, to be honest.
I'm not even gonna look at Alaric.
No worries. So yes, she is going to join you. She's where is she?
I think Francis is still restarting his computer.
You just get that weird fanfare music plays from somewhere, and then just like when someone joins your party, it's like, ooh. Someone just joined. Oh, we already had it open. I had it tucked away so I couldn't see it. Right, there we go. She is...
Has joined the fight.
There we go.
How do I have any scars from my resurrection? Like, have I noticed any like life-altering kind of injuries to my body, or am I perfectly healed?
If you want to have scars, you may. That's totally up to you. Generally, when you recover, any scars, unless you actually want them to be lingering, are healed up, wounds closed, and so on, and the blood replaced. However, if you do want something, you're more than welcome to roll with it if you want to make it part of your character.
No, I just didn't know if I'd look at myself and I notice any like major injuries that are major scars basically. But no, it's fine.
Yeah, it's normally a personal thing, so it's up to you if you want to go with it.
Okay.
Francis, as he's making his way towards the waypoint, is just still logging in.
Right. Okay then. Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Ophi, for relaying that. Let's see. I'll make him tag behind.
His language is a little bit more colourful than that. If you want to read it out loud, you're welcome to.
Oh, well, we know what he's like. Where is he? There he is. We'll have him over by there, getting ready to go. I guess dying isn't as bad as carrying someone who's died. So the two responsible for bringing back the bodies of Ophi and Scarlet are taking it easy for the next couple of hours. Well then, shall we depart to the Black Market?
Scarlet has already gone through.
Fantastic.
She's a woman on a mission.
I like it. Right, okay. Bear with me a second.
And all the while, I'm going to be grumbling about Lilith and Lillian and stuck with these pieces of crap.
So we will remove Crodus from there. There. Nope, you're gone. And let's see.
Oh, black screen.
Got her there. Oh, she's tiny. Let's try and save that. Okay. Yep, that works. Good. Fantastic. Right, well, as the last person steps through, in this case it's Francis. Before, when Blaise was always more, I'll cover the rear and make sure you guys are okay and not going to get ambushed. This one is a lot more forthcoming and a lot more rushing, so very akin to how you tackle things, Scarlet. But she doesn't dive in recklessly. She'll try to actively seek out places to hide and to snipe things from. So you don't have to worry about that. Let's flip her around. She says to you, Scarlet, okay. Oh, by the way, I'm Aurora.
Scarlet.
Yeah, I've seen you before, Scarlet.
I am allowed.
So let's get going then, yeah? Where's this tower?
Hi, Aurora. I'm Ophi. Let's get this ball on the roll.
I'm gonna shove straight past Alaric and say it's this way.
Right.
5, 10, 15. Just sort of give out like a little shoulder check as I've sort of barged past him. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'll stop here and shout to the group. Come on, get a move on. We've got work to do.
Right behind.
This countess isn't going to know what's hit her.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
And I've got a very, very... I'm dead focused. I'm laser focused on getting in this now.
Okay. Francis is following behind. There's no bodies for him to resurrect, so he's not. Resurrect to raise, so he's not going to be summoning Bob or Beatrice or anyone else just yet. He can summon.
Gary.
He can summon Gary, but he can do that down in the dungeon anyway, so we'll leave that for now. Okay, in fact, no, we will. We'll do it now. We'll get him out. Not
Just say, have we already opened that one?
and out pops Gary behind.
I don't think we have an almost stick an open label on them when we've done all that. But I mean, if you want to stop for it, you can. But Scarlett's not slowing down for anything.
Yeah, we want to find out what's happened to Blaise. No, that's fine.
So just as Gary pops out and forms out the mud behind Francis, it happens all too quickly and startles Aurora, and she kind of like jumps backwards over the wall, almost falling backwards, and then stands up and says, "What the hell is that?" So and she's literally just pointing her arrow, not anything like aggressively. She's like, "What is that?" She's never seen these things before. These are not familiar sight.
Turn around and offer him my hand to lift her back up and say, "It's just dirty Gary, don't worry about it."
He's the life of the party.
Okay.
And I pull her back up onto her feet.
Alright, she jumps, stands up, and ends standing up with a little jump. And it's like, okay, alright. He's on our side, right?
Yeah, he's on our side, alright.
Okay.
He's quite handy, quite helpful at times.
Okay. Alright, fine. I've got more important things to worry about. And she darts off. So this is the tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
50. Yeah, I mean, Scarlett will just go straight down.
Yeah. And she's like peeking over the side and just having a look down the stairs, and you can see there's bits of blood and dried that's on the stairs where it's just dropped off of Scarlett or you, Ophi, as you've been carried up. It's like, alright, this must be the place. Let's go then, everyone. And we will bring DG and Francis. Okay. Back. Yeah, you will still be. Put Cronus over there. In fact, we'll get rid of them for now. And that's gone as well. Okay, so as you descend the stairs and the coldness hits, you can get a sense of dread about this area again. Like you say, Ophi, Nyx grounds you, so you are able to fight the feeling quite quickly, and you just hold on to her a little bit tighter.
I can feel Nyx's claws kind of sinking into my shoulder a little bit. She's
yeah, she's unnerved by this place because she knows what's happened. She's been witnessing what's happened. And for that one, that's gone. And we have DG. And also... Ooh. Where are you?
Hey,
And I'm back.
Welcome back, mate. It's typical. It'll work fine all week, and as soon as we get to the day where we play, that's when it'll shit the bed. But anyway, you're back. I've summoned Gary for you because obviously you don't need any bodies to do that. The bodies that are down here are actually going to be gone. So the ones that have been slain are disappeared. The ones that are remaining are the imps for now. Yeah, because they haven't been as dead as long as the others, so that's fine. But they will go eventually, so eventually those flames will be back. As you all reach the bottom of the stairs, Aurora looks around and says, right, okay, point the way.
Let's go. Some time for now, so if it tries to, not necessarily again.
Alaric, are you singing?
No!
He's just over in the corner talking to himself. we all deal with stress in different ways. It's okay.
I was gonna say, I'm thinking, oh my god, he's such a freak! Hangs out in coffins and sings to himself.
Yeah.
Such a freak!
Right, so who's taking point?
I'm trying to get map to load at the moment. It's gone a bit funny.
Not a problem. What I can do.
I didn't realise you could hear me.
I know you didn't.
I thought I was muted.
So Alec's just singing to himself quietly in the corner like a fucking freak he is, it's fine.
It's fine, I'm just going to kill everything now.
Right, I'm in. Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm starting to have memories of finding Alaric, the guy I currently despised, in that crypt over there.
In the broken one over here.
The broken one over here, and I'm having flashbacks of the whole night's events are starting to freshly sear into my mind as I'm having flashbacks.
That one's gone as well. Okay.
30, 35, 40. I'm remembering there was imps, and I'm seeing blood and imps and demons and all sorts of things down here. And the place stinks. Like, it really stinks. I don't remember it stinking that bad when I was here last. Yeah. That's me done.
Alright.
IST, do you want to go next?
So, as you are moving ahead, every time that you look over your shoulder, Scarlet, and you try to survey the area, you can see that Aurora is not far behind you. Unlike Blaise that used to hang back, Aurora likes to move forwards and scout ahead.
Yeah.
No.
Hopefully just not saying anything.
Just sliding along.
I'm just taking it all in because I'm looking around and I don't like what I see. I'm holding my nose a little bit and it's just dark and dingy, and I'm kind of processing the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Because I can remember coming in, but I can't remember coming out. And I'm trying to take note if anything's different, and other than the fact that some of the things have moved a little bit and some of the bodies aren't there anymore, it's the only thing that I can register as being different is the stench.
It does stink, you know.
Has somebody been burning something? Is that burning flesh I can smell? Or was it those bowels? Oh. I don't really want to go ahead. I'm very tenuous. I've always been a bit tenuous about this place because I'm not particularly fond of being somewhere where I'm closed in, it's too dark, and although I've got Nyx with me now, and she's a flame basically. I don't have a very good feeling about being in here. The energy is very. I'm sticking close. I'm staying close. I'm not taking any chances this time.
I'm going to go into the room. To here. And then point to the coffin I got out of when. That right there, that was very comfortable. Yeah. And then just watch as Sophie and Scarlett just stand there doing whatever they're doing.
Okay. What's Francis doing and Gary? Is he back in with us?
Yep.
He is, yeah.
And Francis will take the dodge action.
Okay, mate.
That dodge action.
He's not leaving anything to chance. Don't forget your mana needs to be reduced for the summoning of Gary, and also your shield will be down, your mage armor.
Yep, I'll repair. I'll put the mage armor back up.
Yep.
Gary. Was that Gary? Yes. MP15. That's me done.
Alright.
Everyone's been, then I guess we'll press on.
Yep, go ahead.
5, 10. I'm gonna shout, Blaise! Are you in here?
There's no answer. All you hear is your echoing voice.
15. I'll take a second to listen for a response and then move on. 20. 25. That stench is really bad. Ugh.
Okay. I think it was, yes, it was here. If you look down at your feet, you can see some blood-soaked crossbows.
Oh, are they my crossbows?
It seemed to be imbued with gems, and one of them seems to be a little bit modified than the other.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll grab Lilith and Lily and I'll be like, wait, why are you here?
They're virtually calling to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab them both and look them over, but I'm gonna be really confused like why they're here. I don't remember dropping them here. I'll shout again, Blaise!
Again, there's no response. Whilst you are doing that, she's going to use her movement and go into a...
What condition are my crossbows in? The Lilith and Lillian?
They are heavily damaged. They are at 50% of their total.
Poor girls. I'll get you repaired soon, and I'll stash them for the moment.
Remember, they're only less effective when they're only 10% of now, because I altered it from 50.
Oh, so they're still functional, are they?
Yeah, so you got to lose 90% of your durability of your max.
Oh, okay.
Before.
Then I'll I'll wipe them down then, and I'll re-equip them.
50 was too punishing because it was very easy to get to 50.
Okay.
And I thought, no,
yeah,
I'll make it much nicer and softer for you.
You'll hear some sort of clicks and crunches as I'm loading crossbow bolts and cleaning them off. And
yeah, I mean they're obviously covered in shit and muck and blood
Exactly.
and everything that you don't want them to be covered in. Potentially being able to jam mechanisms and stuff like that, so they will need a good clean. Other than that, other than visible damage,
okay.
they're okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll wait for the others.
I did want her character sheet up. I don't have it. Max. Alright.
Is the coffin I came out of still open?
Is what, sorry?
The coffin I came out of still open.
It's still very much broken, yes. The lid is off. The rest of it's intact.
When it's my turn, can I go check the others?
You can.
Maybe Blaise copied my amazing idea.
Yeah, you can do it now.
Alright, cool. Alright, let's try and open it then. What do you need me to roll?
You will need a strength check to open those.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say that's a foul, shall we? And move on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello, what are you doing? It's not nap time.
Okay. You can see that Aurora starts to slink along the wall instead of walking out in the open. And she's starting to move a little bit slower, a little bit more precise and methodic. After seeing the bodies over here, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, that's a good sign for me. I'll keep that out, and she will move along there. I hear something. What is that? Sounds like... Is that fire? But there's no smoke. Alright. And she gives a signal to you, Scarlet. Just basically, the okay sign. Asking if you're okay.
I'll just nod.
Okay. And she nods back. So she's basically now just stood with her bow aimed towards this gap here where the blood trail leads off. She doesn't know what to expect, so she's being very, very careful. Okay.
I want to do a check for any buttons or traps or anything along the walls and floors. There's a switch for these flames.
How are you searching?
Let's have a look.
Are you going to feel your way across the wall until you hopefully stumble against something, or are you just going to have a quick glance?
I am going to feel my way across all of the doors in the wall.
So give me a investigation check then.
Investigation is probably one of my worst. I'm hoping that the others are going to notice what I'm doing and join in with the fun.
Yeah, I think you guys need to up your your rolls a bit. Wow. So you are fairly certain after you feel maybe 2 or 3 bricks that there's no traps here. There's no mechanisms that you can find. There's like the rest of the wall that you haven't searched, but after 2 or 3 you're absolutely certain there's nothing here.
Okay.
It does garner a bit of an odd glance from Aurora, but she stays focused on aiming her bow and arrow. She kind of like suspiciously raises an eyebrow, a bit curious. But other than that, she's happy. are you doing anything else for your turn, Ophi? Have you got any more movement or anything like that you want to do? Any spell casting?
At this point, because I don't want to get too close to the flames again at the minute. I certainly don't want to go ahead of everybody else because of my recent memories. At the same time, I'm puzzled about these flames and how they don't seem to extinguish the same way. And the way that they come up through the floor suggests that there's possibly a switch of some sorts, maybe, that we could use to switch them off. So if it's not a switch on this side of the walls, maybe there's a switch on the other.
Okay.
I'm clutching at straws in the hope that there is such a thing, but it's something that we've not tried yet, so I thought we'd give it a whirl.
Yeah, good call. Right. Well, obviously your thoughts are in the right direction, but the results are non-conclusive. You haven't found anything that would be even remotely helpful for you. You can see, or you should be able to see pretty soon, that there is one barrel that is left intact. You don't know if it contains anything, and obviously you can hear the very familiar crackling sound of the unholy fire. Ophi, make a wisdom save for me, please. Okay. So being someone who is obviously very in tune with the element of fire, your recent ordeal, although you felt that you were probably cheated by it, you realise that this fire is not of the norm. There is something sinister and something evil about the flames that you felt lapping at your skin recently. It's enough to unnerve you slightly. So for the time being, you won't have disadvantage, but you will have a -1 to your attacks and your save rolls and stuff like that. So all your rolls that you do, you'll have a -1 to them. Whilst you are in this area around this fire, because this is not natural fire to you, and it does put you on edge.
Okay.
Just being around it is enough to kind of make your mind a little bit addled. So are you going to go closer, or are you going to just stay there, or what do you want to do? Because
I'm staying here. I'm as close as I'm comfortable being at the moment.
Okay. Francis, what are you doing?
I'm going to get Gary to 5, 10, 15, 20. Hang on one sec.
So also what I've also thought of doing, guys, as well, whilst Francis does his move, is with your skills. When you get up to a rank 3 on your skills, I'm actually going to add a special bonus for reaching that point. So it gives you more of an incentive to max out any of your 1 skills, and it will give you hopefully some more things that you can add to your builds. So I'll be adding those within the next week. So look out for those.
Yay! My bomb gets bigger.
A lot of stuff.
Francis, take the dodge action.
Okay. Yep.
Can I do... Alright, so I'm 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's my main and normal action for that. And then can I use my cunning action for another dash?
Your cunning action? Can you do that?
Yeah, it's on my catch sheet.
Then yes, then.
Do
you mean your bonus action dash?
Yeah, my bonus action dash.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
25.
I didn't realise it's called cunning action, but that's good. Good to know. All right. Yep. So this is probably the closest you've been, if I recall correctly. I believe you spent most of your time over this side of the room.
Yeah.
And as you get closer to this wall, you can hear the crackling going on behind it, and the smell of seared flesh. There's also the very familiar aroma of the stuff that was inside the barrel that you had the unfortunate encounter with. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna see the fire, and even though there is no like smoke or anything going on, I'm gonna pull my mask up a bit higher and just like cough into it and try and hide it, but you'd still hear it, just about.
Great. Okay. So you're preparing to obviously cover yourself up and make it so that you are protected from it. You can feel the slight tingle in your throat. It's not causing a huge problem at the moment, but you can start to just about feel it.
Okay.
Okay. It's just better.
Is some of the fire still down because of the?
Yeah. Some of it is done. So the bits that you can see. Just have a quick look. Yeah. So the bits you can actually see from where you are. Not a great deal because the wall's in the way. However, if you were to move 5 feet and stand here, you would see this one, and this one are all blocking these fiery vents still. Their bodies not taking any damage whatsoever. They are obviously dead, so they are starting to fade, but not instantly. The fire is in some ways preserving their bodies instead of destroying it, like it would normally if you were to touch it, for instance, or anyone else. So for these guys, their bodies are being preserved. They're still dead. They're not coming back, but their bodies have been preserved by the flames.
And then, as I see that, I'm just going to look over at the party. I'm just going to look over at the group and go, "So my idea worked then, yes?" And then just end my turn.
Great stuff. Okay. In that case, I was going to edge forward. Scarlet, what are you doing?
Yeah, okay, well, I'll finish while I've done my crossbows, I'll get a move on. 5, 10, 15, 20. Is it me or is it getting hot in here? 25, 30, and the second I step round that corner and see that pentagram of fire, I'm just going to freeze up.
Right. Yep, give me a wisdom save, please.
There's traumatic memories again come flooding into me. Just loaded the character sheet.
Okay. Although Scarlet has managed to basically freeze up and be like a deer in headlights, Scarlet, you still feel that the urge to find Blaise and find out what happened to her is overcoming your fear of what happened to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you are driven by a goal here that is pushing the fear away and making you want to press forward, even though you know what happened here. But what you can see, and what you didn't see before, is that there are 3 separate areas where the flames are no longer there, but bodies of imps are basically rolled into the crevices in the ground, in the cracks, blocking any fire from coming out of it. You can see that it's a clear route through, and it's very safe. give me a history check. This will be fairly easy. This is going to be your short-term recent memory. Yeah, good enough. You also remember that just around this corner there are at least 2. You're not sure how many exactly there are, but there are at least 2 enemies waiting for you. You know what they are. You fought them before. They are Darkstalkers, and they are waiting to jump on anyone new they see come around that corner.
Are Darkstalkers somewhat strong? Sorry.
Who's that?
Are Darkstalkers strong?
You don't know.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You can assume they are, yeah. You haven't seen any, I don't think. The only ones you saw were up by the coffin room, but they were dead already.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on here because obviously I'm suffering very traumatic memories of this fire. I'm thinking about I'm overwhelmed by my desire to find Blaise, and I'm mindful that there's Dark Hunters waiting to ambush us around this corner, and I'm terrified of the fire. So, I'll begin to shout "Blat," and I'll stop sort of mid syllable and turn to the other and say, "We're not alone here. There's enemies around that corner."
Yes. Cold stone walls, sound carries. So you would potentially give away your position if you started shouting here. Which you know.
Yeah, I'll move over to this wall here and look to the others.
Yep.
And suggest that they, weapons at the ready, take a weapon ready stance.
Very slowly, because she's obviously trying to stay in stealth.
Oh yeah.
Aurora is going to move once again, trying to keep as close to the wall as possible. And she'll join you. And she's like whispering stuff behind you, like, we got this, we can do this. So, yeah, okay. Alaric, what are you doing? And Ophi as well.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then peek round the wall, see if I see anything.
Right. You are in a spot where you can't be at the moment, so you'd have to be there.
Is that not in the fire?
No, you're stood on a body.
Cool.
Like a stepping stone. You'd have to be there. So what you can see basically is lots of scorch and blood stains and stuff like that in this general area here. You can see that there are actually you can see that there is a staff, I believe it was, and that was she was there, so on this way here. So about 15 feet in front of you on the floor, there's a staff that's glowing.
Do I recognise that staff from anything?
I would say no. Given the limited amount of interaction you've actually had with the owner of said staff, it's hard to really pinpoint who it belongs to.
Okay then. So I'll use my bonus action for my extra dash to 1, 2. The staff's right here, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So is that
just as you reach that stage where you are Opie's friend Nyx dives around you and lands on this staff and tries to grab it with her talons. But you can see that she's struggling to lift it. She doesn't have it in her form that she is now to lift things up properly. So she's trying her best, but it's not going to happen for her.
Is it a free action to pick it up, or is it an action or something?
Free action.
Alright, I'm gonna pick it up.
Alright, she flies out the way. So you have to move, sadly. If you want to do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'll have to move to, well, at least the square next to it. I'll be nice. At least the square next to it.
So here.
Ophi, you're not sure why Nyx has flown off, but she has.
Pick it up, and then how many of these enemies do I see that are alive?
You see. What's your? Yeah, you see all 4 of them.
Okay then.
Off to this section over here where the chest is, and then there's one obviously down the passageway where the light.
Yeah.
The light is actually illuminating her, so she's able to be seen.
So I'm going to, with my new staff, run back to the group, screaming. There's 4 of them, with my normal action dash.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you can do that.
Just with my staff, my little staff in my hand and off my head.
Yeah, and just as you flee back over the bodies, going crunch, crunch, stomp, slurp, over the bodies, you hear from behind you, "Come, sisters, there's more playthings for us." And you can hear that they start, kind of not like marching, but you can hear that there's movement going on behind this wall now. They are clearly noticed you and have reacted to you being there. That's very youthful, isn't it, Ophi, the way that your character has its hand. So Nyx just flies back up and lands on your arm again, Ophi, and she in her mind basically just tells you.
Found the staff.
Found it. It's here all along. He's got it.
So Luke's got the staff. Fantastic.
My precious.
I've only just got line of sight of Luke, so I can't see him holding the staff.
At the moment, you've got no line of sight of him whatsoever. The wall is completely blocking.
Oh.
Alaric is still your movement.
Oh, well then I'm going to move to here. That's as far as I can go, I think.
Very well.
Oh, stick.
And as you move to there, Ophi pops around the corner with Nyx in her arm. Not on her arm, I should say.
Alright.
To meet you.
I understand that you've got my staff. Nick's just told me. Thank you. Do you mind giving it back to me, or do you have an alternative motive?
This is it's totally up to you.
How useful does this staff seem to me?
I can't remember what it does off the top of my head. One sec. It's generally better for a caster to use because it gives. Let's see.
Charge bolt.
I mean, I wouldn't know what it does. I just know from like looking at it. Like, does it look like?
Did you write it on your character sheet, Ophi?
Yeah.
Let's if I look at the right person.
Alaric, at it again.
The other thing, short staff of charge bolt, I think it is.
Fine.
Yeah. Can I see it? Charisma, short staff of charge bolt. Right. Okay. So for you personally, unless you have the required magic stat to use it, you can't use it. Which is why this is mainly a magician's staff. Was it charge bolt? You are required to have a 10 in your intelligence, a 12 in wisdom, or 12 in charisma.
Oh, I'm too short in intelligence.
In which case, you're basically fumbling about with it in your hands. Like, I can't work this out. I don't see how this works.
Fine, I'll hand it over to Ophi.
Very well. Ophi, you have your staff back.
I give him a nice big hug, and because I'm quite a huggy person, and I don't think Alaric cares. I think he's somebody that prefers to stay in the shadows. So I don't know what his reaction's going to be to my hug, but
push you off me, like get off of me.
But your rescue of my staff is most appreciated.
Well, your phoenix over it couldn't lift it.
So
yeah, okay. Not a problem. So
I can hear voices now, though. So I think your rescue has stirred up some interest around the corner. You got some dark stalkers on the other side of those flames, I think.
4 of them.
4? Oh.
Yeah.
I got to whisper to Scarlet and Aurora. It's like, beware, guys. We've got 4 of them around the corner.
yes, indeed.
I'll just reply back. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, yes, you do indeed have 4 waiting for you, as Alaric has quite easily spotted.
7 hells help them if I've laid a hand on Blaise. I'll kill them all.
Alaric, you did not see any bodies.
I
think he was too interested in the treasure.
was very much so interested in staying alive and a new staff.
Mm-hmm. Ophi, I've added a note onto your weapon on your sheet. It now says that you've got your charges on there. You've got 4 charges on there, and then once they're used up, the staff only does melee attacks after that.
Right, okay.
Okay. Great stuff. Right. Remember, it works differently. It works like the your firebolt, but it's just a lightning version of it.
Right, okay. Is that instead of using my mana?
Yeah, the template. Yeah. Your template version is obviously your mana version, but this will only use a charge every time you use it.
Okay.
Okay, good stuff. Right, so, Francis, what are you doing? Looks like the group are getting together over here and planning a quick dash across the bodies and take out a few bods while they're over there, but let's see what you're doing first.
What was over here?
Over where?
Here, where my friend is.
Well, there's loads of whetstone where the barrel had broken over there, and there's obviously a broken barrel over there as well. And on the square next to it is nothing, and then on the far inside there's also another barrel over there. That's what I want. Copy. There we go.
Can I have
Someone's broken.
Gary pick up that barrel?
Can you have Gary pick it up? Yes, you can. What's his strength?
His strength is...
Should be quite strong. Should be about 16.
Is 10.
Oh, in which case, He will need to make a strength check to see if he can actually lift it up. It's quite low.
Stats are at 10.
No. The muddy hands of Gary cannot seem to grasp the outside of the barrel. There's no real easy way to lift it for him. You could just see that he starts to move it slightly, but the slime just makes it fall back down to the ground. You just cannot lift it.
Just will take the dodge action.
Yeah, okay then. Okay. Rest of the party. What's the plan? Are we mounting the offensive, or is it going to be a tiptoe round, or what are we doing?
I can see a clear path through the fire now, yeah?
Yep.
And I'm able to overcome my fear of the fire temporarily because I passed the wisdom save. Okay, well then, she's woman with a mission. Let's go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is it that square or that square that's safe?
The one right behind you. So
where I am now?
If I draw a line.
Might be helpful to just put something on the map to make it clear. Okay, I'll step to that square there. Can I see anything?
From where you are, don't think so. Let's have a quick look. Nope, wrong one. Previous token. It's not letting me do it. Let me move that out of the way a sec, so I can grab hold of you. There we are. Okay. Yes, you can see from where you are the outline of the Darkstalker down the passageway. From you could even aim at her and fire, I believe. 1, 2. Yes.
I'm assuming she can see. I'm assuming she can see me as well.
No. Nope.
Okay.
Or if she can, she's not making it obvious. But they are starting to mobilise based on Alaric pulling their attention. So they are starting to move.
Okay.
You can hear the footsteps.
I will cast Hunter's Mark on the nearest one, or the one I can see.
Yep.
Why isn't my token dragging onto the board?
It's there. I can see it. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, it's because it's in the dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I will, waste no time. Crossbows up, power shot. I'm going to try and take it straight out.
Okay.
And I'm going to mutter to myself, I'll find you, Blaise, don't worry.
Alright, well, let's put the...
I won't leave it down here in the dark.
Let's put you to the front. That way I can grab hold of you. Because these are going to be removed at some point anyway. Okay, good. Okay. So, yeah, you call upon your Hunter's Mark, light up your target and fire. Let's go.
I'm gonna cast Fire Arrow, but suddenly something inside me stops me casting Fire Arrow. I've suddenly got an aversion to using my Fire Arrow ability right now. But power shot regardless.
Just make a Wisdom save. You want 10 or above. If you get a 10 or above, then you can use your Fire Arrow. If not, then you are put off by it. There you go. So you can actually use it if you wish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right then. I there's a momentary hesitation, but I'll go ahead and cast it.
Yep.
And yeah, so -5 to hit on this shot. I'll take it straight down. Oh, that's a total miss. It'll be a 6 to hit.
No. So you just hear it go cling as it bounces straight off of the light stand behind her, and she looks about and goes, "What?" And then she sees where the arrow comes from.
Son of a gun, or I feel like with an offhand shot.
Yep, go ahead.
I shot again. 17 to hit.
17 to hit. I believe that will hit. Yes. So the arrow tracks into her, and she takes 15, 4, and 3.
That's 6 mana I've used.
DM's stuff.
1 hit, so it's 15 fire, 14 piercing, and 3 lightning. Oh, plus another d6 for hunters. Oh no, you've got it. It's already there. Okay.
I did that already.
Hunter will be applied. Fine, yeah.
So I need that open, otherwise I can't see what damage.
Just
so 15. I don't think. You do lightning. All right. So your lightning is reduced by a couple of points. So you can see that there's a little bit of a resistance to the blow, to the lightning. So that's -1 for that one. Minus 15 and -4. Wonderful.
10. Is it 14 for the 4? It's powerful shot.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. So I need to -10 for that one. She is still standing, but the force of the hit has really kind of winded her. You can just see that in the gloom down the corridor, that the light from the lightning energy that's crackling around your arrowhead, although not really affecting her as much as what you might want to, you can still see that it's making like lights and sparks and stuff like that, so you can actually see better and more than just the outline. You can see like features on her and stuff like that, and you can see that she's been struck straight in the chest by this.
Okay, that's my turn done.
Big damage. Big damage. Okay. Wonderful. So, as you have launched the first attack, we are going to go into initiative order. Everyone, all your initiatives. That one.
Oh no.
Oh no. So counter +1. Okay, are we all on there? Got Lyric there, Francis, Scarlet, Ophi, where are you?
Where's Poland guy? Can't remember his name.
Oh wow, low rolls again, guys.
Help.
Gary goes on the same turn, and so does Nick's go on the same turn as their owners, so they don't need any initiative rolls.
Okay.
Yep. All good. Right, so turn 1. Darkstalker leaps from around the corner and slashes towards you, Scarlet. Taste your blood.
Yeah, that's fine.
12. I don't think that's going to be good enough. So just as she attempts to take a chunk out of you, you pull your shoulder back and the blade just sings past. Next one. Yeesh. She's going to also run over. Yeah, that's fine. She'll go for you again. A 15 this time. I don't know if that's gonna... yeah, 15 will hit. So So the next one comes and just plunges her sword straight into your arm. Point first, and you take 6 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, I'll let out a scream in pain.
As she draws it back out and flicks the blood across the floor, so it joins the rest. Let's see.
I had 4 temporary, so I've taken them off and taken 2 actual damage.
Yeah, has everyone added their temporary hit points, by the way?
Yeah.
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 Fantastic. Can't. Ugh. That'll do. Right. I don't know why I can't grab these damn things. The boxes are far too big. I'm sure there's another way I can do it, but for now, where were you there? At least you know that these 3 are the safe spaces. Right, so Darkstalker is done. Alaric.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I did that. Can I go round and stab that one?
Right, hang on a sec, because your movement is not right. So you need to move. The furthest you can go towards this wall is along this route here. Once you get to here, you can then go straight down. So you can't step on like this. Anything like along here, you can't go on.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll restart then.
So, but you can, don't forget you can move diagonal as well. So you could move
5, 10.
You could go like here and just do 5 instead of going 5, 10. You just go 5. Otherwise, you're wasting your movement.
4, 10, 15, 20. Is that score fine?
No, need to go 5 more. Yep.
And then there.
Yeah, you can go there.
Can I stab this guy, or is it out of reach?
You are 10 feet away, so you won't be able to reach.
You
can throw your dagger. If you want to try that, you can do that, but you
I'll shoot crossbow them.
Yeah.
I'll shoot.
Okay, yeah.
Right, crossbow. 23 to hit. Oh, it's a crit. Is that a crit?
No. 18.
Okay, yeah. 7 piercing, and then do I get sneak attack?
7 piercing? Yes, you do get sneak attack because of Scarlet being in.
11.
Oh, that is low, isn't it? 7. You do extra damage with your daggers, though, don't you? Or you added that in already? Oh, that's what the +3 is. No, it can't be right.
I'm using crossbow.
Oh, sorry, yes, you are. Yeah, my mistake. Crossbows, so yeah, 7.
11 damage. And then bonus action with left crossbow. 18 for 2 damage.
Yeah. Great stuff. Yeah. So this one takes 2 bolts from you as you shoot them with your crossbows. So you had your crossbows out already, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Right. So that's pretty much all you can do. There's no extra things. So she takes the one bolt after the other, and then literally just pulls it out and throws it, and then just looks at you and just hisses like an angry cat.
Did it look like it was hurt by it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be you done for this turn, isn't it? You've done your action, bonus action to attack.
Yes.
Yeah, and you've used your movement. Okay, great. What I'm going to do for the next one... Where are you? Down the passageway. She's just going to close the distance, I think. And wait her turn there. She's going to go into a defensive stance with a shield out in front. And then Francis, your turn.
Okay, so Francis and Gary. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't see any of the dark stalkers, can I?
No. Big wall in the way.
I'm going to take the dodge action. And that will be my go.
Alright. Next Darkstalker. Just going to move closer towards the wall. Bit of cover. And that'll be her done. Scarlet, you're up.
Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I will. Oh, I've got a lot of enemies in my face, haven't I?
You have.
No, it's not a sharpshooter. It gives me normal shot without disadvantage. Is it in melee range, or is it?
No, it's a crossbow expert.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just shoot with disadvantage. Powerful shot, I guess. On the first one, the one that struck me, or one that's nearest to me.
The one that struck you, so the one that's damaged. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. 13.
Nope.
Or a... Well, 13, because disadvantage.
13 will miss.
Damn. Okay. Offhand powerful shot. Oh, that's going to be a hit. 16.
16, you get a glancing blow.
It's a powerful shot. It's one of my power shots, so it's still going to do a fair bit of damage. That'll be 11 piercing and 3 lightning, halved.
Okay, so 1 point of lightning, and well, I'll be generous. 6 points of piercing. So minus 7 HP. Okay, yeah.
Oh, and don't forget the 2 fire. 1 from the flame damage off my amulet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it'll be another 1 from that as well.
That's me done.
Okay. Right. Ophi. And Nyx.
Tricky one, because it's a bit of a busy situation going off down here. I'm going to move a little bit closer, being careful of these.
Now, don't forget, Ophi, Nyx is a flying creature.
Yes,
and she can fly above these flames.
She certainly can.
Which is why she took no damage when she went and scouted out your staff.
But she can only shoot firebolt.
Yep.
And firebolt, from me, can't go around a corner. So, I think I can get Nyx 5, 10. She can go far enough to do a straight line for the firebolt.
Yeah. Well, don't forget she's your familiar as well, so you can actually fire your spells through her.
Yeah.
So you can actually fire around corners as long as she can see.
5.
Which has been done many times in the past.
20. So, Nyx is going to fire a firebolt for me. So. Ooh.
Very nice. Roll your damage. 10. 10.
And I'm -1, don't I, at the moment?
Yeah, but it's still a hit. 24 is still going to be enough. So -10 damage on that one. So is that your one or hers? Well, it doesn't matter. Either one. You both get a 5 volt each. So roll again. if you want to spend your action to do this.
Yeah, we're both going to do 5 volts.
Yeah.
So this one's coming from Nyx.
Okay. Nyx's misses. It just gets lost in all the flames that are swirling around still. Just gets sucked in. However, your one strikes in the head and knocks her back slightly. You can see that there's severe scorch marks all the way down the side of her face now.
So, have I got enough movement to bring Nyx back to me?
What's her movement?
She doesn't have one. She's allowed to go a certain distance from me.
Yeah. She should have a movement of her own, if you look. She's in combat, so she will have 30 feet of movement. Yeah, it's on her character sheet. It says speed 30. So she can move 30 feet. Flying speed. Which is a bit slow, but then she can do other cool stuff, which is nice.
Okay, well, I'm just going to bring her back a little bit so she's not in direct view of these guys.
Yep, no problem. Drag her back.
And
that'd be the end of turn 1.
So Nyx is above the flames. She's fine where she is, but
yeah, she's absolutely fine. In fact, she probably enjoys it. Continuing the assault on you then, Scarlet. Yeah. It's going to be... Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. She's not added in. Why is she not in? I did roll it, didn't I? What does she get? 6. That's quite low anyway. So let's see what she can do. So from her stealth, she's going to... Let's just say that before your turn, Ophi, from a previous turn, she was just holding her initiative, and now she's going to go after everyone else has gone. That way we don't have to backtrack anything. So she's going to move into the centre, using the safety of the imp body as a bridge, and she's going to... what should do? She can take out the furthest one away, I believe. Yeah. She's gonna launch her arrow towards the one that is currently marked by Scarlet. But once target the enemy is furthest away. Yes, correct. Normal arrow. 16. That's a glance. So it just whips past her leg, grazing it slightly. So she takes 3. But then deflects off of her and lands in the wall and shatters. So that arrow is gone. 39. Okay, so... yes, so the attack on you, Scarlet, just a normal attack. That's a good hit. What's your AC? 14, so she'll have to get 24. She's done it. So you're going to take 6 points of slashing plus 2 from her powerful hit as she rakes you across the chest with her blade. Yep. And that's all she can do. Next one that took the bolts from Alaric is also going to try to get a hold of you. Yeah, that's going to hit. It's not going to be powerful, but you do take 8 points of slashing damage as this one comes across your thigh and bleed quite a strong amount straight away. Alaric, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna see the ones that the one that I put the bolts into just hit Scarlet. Is that how weak is he looking?
She's looking
Okay.
not in great shape, to be totally honest. She's suffered quite a bit of damage from only a few strikes, but it's been enough to, especially from you last turn, giving her some punishment. So,
I'll
what do you want to do?
just repeat last time then. Right crossbow, dirty 20, 7 damage, then sneak attack, another 7, 14, and left crossbow. Is 14 a hit?
Alright, so the first shot that you fire, she screams as it hits her in the throat, and you just hear a blood-curdling scream as she drops. She dies. Your next one is a 14. Which one is this on, please?
This one.
Yeah, I suppose it'd have to be, wouldn't it? In which case, 14 is going to miss.
Okay. Then I'm going to reposition myself next to Aurora.
Actually, once she fired, she's actually going to back up. She's going to do the peekaboo stuff, so she needs to do a stealth roll.
I'm still going to step into it though.
Yeah. No, that's rubbish. She can't do it. The fire's given away position far too much. Yeah, still your turn, Alaric. What are you doing? Are you just moving to stay in there, or do you want to go?
And then I'm going to call to Scarlet to move out the way because I've got something special for them.
And
then, yeah, that's end turn.
Yeah, okay. Right, Darkstalker. The one that is targeted currently moves out of her defensive stance and moves in, steps over her fallen sister and tries to take a swing. And fails. She's in a really bad shape, so it makes perfect sense why she can't land a blow. Scarlet's just able to dodge it as well. Francis, you're up.
Okay. So 5, 10.
Remember, all these, anything from here and here, are able to be stepped on safely. So if you want to get an if you want to get a sight, like from down there to there or something like that with a spell, you can absolutely do that without risking getting burnt.
I can see these two now, yeah? I can see at least this one.
Yeah, you can see partial on one of them, but you can see fully the one that's the opposite side of Scarlet, the one that's standing over her dead sister.
Okay, so amplified damage.
Okay. Bring out your curse. Have you got it? Yep.
Then
Yeah, you got it.
I'm going to cast Sleep.
You're going to cast sleep?
Yep.
On whom are you casting sleep?
Just double checking. These two. Because it's a 90-foot distance with a 20-foot square.
Yep. So action sleep, bonus action curse.
Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's bring out the sleep then. And this does actually affect everyone in the area as well, so it's not just her. It'll affect all three of these.
So no, what I'm going to do is move it back, so it's only affecting these two and going around here.
Alright, so you're going to target... Well, you can put it where you want it.
This is Scarlet.
Yeah, is that what you want it?
Yep, so it's a wisdom save.
So wisdom save from 1, 2, 3.
I'll beat a 13.
Alright. Let's do the one that's behind the wall first. Wisdom save. Can't see it rolled under 4, so that's rubbish. Next one, she falls asleep. Next one, that's a save. Next one. (13), also a save. So these two in front of Scarlet have resisted the effect. The one that's behind the wall is starting to nod off. She was asleep. Alright. So the one that has been affected is now at her turn. She's going to attempt to break out of the sleep. 13, so she does it. So she quickly just... all you hear from behind the wall is... What was that? And then you just feel your power of your spell just fade away. She can't do anything because she can't be in range for anything, so she's going to stay there. That'll be her turn. Scarlet, you're up.
Okay, I will. I'm not looking too good, guys. I'm kind of holding on with grit and perseverance, really. I'm a little bit wounded.
Live to win.
I'm going to take as much as I don't want to, I'm going to take the disengage action.
Yep.
And I'm going to pull back. 5.
Yep.
10,
Okay.
15, 20. I'm going to pull back to behind Dirty Gary as I look for some cover to regain my strength a little bit because I'm dripping blood.
Yeah. So you pass by DG and then take cover behind the wall. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, and you'll see me sort of bandage up my wounds and take them and try to just tend to my injuries basically, and that's my turn.
All right. Have you got a medicine kit or a first aid kit or anything?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you want to use it?
What will that achieve?
It should get you some health points back.
Oh, I thought that was only if you had the healer feat. First aid kit's normally. I don't know if I haven't really used one.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, healer feat does it. Yes.
No, I mean for flavour, yes, I'm going to use some bandages. But no, in practice doesn't really do a lot. But yeah, I know. Yeah, that's me done.
All right. So Aurora kicks in. She's going to head into this corner and launch an arrow towards the already injured Darkstalker over there. As she releases, she knows that she's not hidden, so she's not getting any benefit from it. But she knows. She basically releases and shouts, "This is for my sister!" And take 12. Is that enough? I didn't give her proficiency. 1 second. That's 5. She should have 2. Oh, even with another 2, that's only 14. So you just hear the arrow as it thunks straight into the shield of the Darkstalker over there, unable to penetrate and deal damage. I'm just going to stay there. Ophi, you're up.
Sorry, I'm here. So is it just this one asleep? Sorry. Or are they both asleep?
None of them now. None of them. These two saved.
Yeah. Right, okay. Okay, so Nick should still have a decent line of sight here.
She does. She can see one fully and one which is half covered.
I'm aiming for this one first.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to go with...
So we're doing 2 firebolts. Don't forget you can cast other things through Nyx as well. Other spells don't have to be cantrips. They can be full-on spells that can go through.
I'm going to go for the charge bolt, I think. Purely because it...
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
More than one.
Mm-hmm.
And just see if we can get some sort of impact. So,
yeah.
Let me just grab it. We have been practicing spells, myself and Nick, so...
Okay. So everyone watches as Nyx just hovers above the flames and she seems to receive a message which nobody actually hears audibly, but you can see that she's focusing on Ophi as much as she can. And then she turns her head and flaps her wings and spreads out her wings, and her chest begins to glow, and out from her chest bursts this electrical energy, and it spreads out in a cone shape towards both of these two. Let's see, 3 points of lightning. Yeah. After the spell or the effect subsides, it's going to be 1 for her. I'll move all these out of the way.
So
and they're left crackling away over you, but they are quite strong and resistant to the damage that you've dealt them.
Well, this one we go for with Nyx's firebolt.
Yeah.
Because that's the only one she actually has.
That's going to hit. Roll damage. Okay. So this one slightly curves away at the last second, striking her on the shoulder, which holds the shield on it. It's not physical, so you don't get the benefit of Francis' curse, but you do deal the 4 damage. And for a moment, you think that she's going to drop the shield because of the impact, but she's absolutely fine and grips hold of it even tighter. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So that's you and Nick's not, unless you're going to move Nick's anywhere. Or yourself.
No, I think I'm going to bring Nyx back to me, because at the moment, Nyx is the only one in their line of sight that's close.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to risk having to lose Nyx for the day, so...
Yep.
I'm keeping her back. Nyx has kind of given me an update and told me, how well it went.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously, because everybody's pulled back away from the imps now. Yes, I don't want to risk Nyx because she has more vulnerability than the others.
Yeah.
And from falling too soon. So that's me done. Oh, in terms of in terms of damage, it's probably worth me getting warmth running. So I'll stick a warmth spell.
Yeah.
Probably around here. Because Scarlet did take some damage. So there we go, Scarlet.
So you're going to step back and put your warmth spell there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Add that to 10. Start off at 10. Tick down slowly. Okay. So then, with that, your warmth spell kicks in and heals Scarlet for 3. And then after the energy fades, the next turn begins. The Dark Stalker, ready for battle, charges across the bodies. Let's bring it to the front. Across the bodies, 1, 2, 3, and directly. Actually, she's going to stand there, and she's going to take a swing at Alaric. Nope. Who very, very deftly avoids the blow by just moving to the side slightly, making it look effortless. Next one is going to back up. I can get hold of her. Nope, that's not her. Oh, goodness me. This is the downside to isometric. Everything is literally just boxes. So it's going to back up 2, 3. There. That goes with her. Oh no, the curse is gone, so that's fine. That does go with her though. And all she's going to do is just wait and try and compose herself, I suppose. Alaric, you're up. What do you want to do? Alaric? Are you there?
I was talking and muted. I'm an idiot.
Oh, you're muted, okay. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Is my Fire Blast an action or a bonus action? Because on my character sheet it says or.
I believe it's either then, if it says that it's...
So, can I do 2 in one turn?
Yeah, if you want to use the same thing as action and a bonus action, you can.
Yeah.
But just remember, you're going to eat through your charges quickly.
Yeah, but I've got lots.
Yeah.
So this thing in front of me. Actually, no. I'll just stab it a few times. No, yeah, fire blast. Right, so 3 hurl bomb. That's level 1. Alright, so 6d6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6d6.
Yeah. So do your roll to hit.
It's not rolled hit, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
What's
it's not instant damage for 66. Trust me, I can.
Oh. Oh, I thought I was. Oh, okay.
No,
what's the stats to hit it then?
So it'll be a dexterity attack. So a dexterity
Okay.
ranged attack.
Okay. So I just do a dex roll and then add. Yeah, dex.
Yeah, you just do a
That's dex and proficiency.
Yeah, just do a ranged.
So 24 to hit.
Okay, so 24 will strike.
And then my other one, 10. It's a fail.
Why are you rolling saves? You should be doing
Because it's dex and proficiency, so I was just saving time. Because my others are. Oh no, they're all dex and proficiency. Oh, sorry, my bad. In my head, it made sense.
It won't add your proficiency.
No, because I've got proficiency in the save.
Yeah. But it
So
doesn't count it.
If it's proficient in the save, it will add a proficiency bonus to the roll, yeah. But it may, if he's got, he might just roll a number 1 if he's got dex in it.
Yeah, I in my head it made But no, do you want me to re-roll them?
It just counts as a ranged attack. So use what you would do as a ranged attack.
Okay. Bump.
So really, once you've got that skill, you should really set up a skill
Yeah.
attack for that.
I'll do that after the session then.
So
13 and the 10 to hit, so both misses.
so that'd be 13.
Is 13 a hit then?
13 will miss. Both
Then they both
times
missed.
that'll miss.
Yeah.
So instead of basically throwing what you would consider to be a live grenade sort of thing, they just don't ignite and don't spark up. So they're completely dud and useless. They're just basically just lumps of metal at this point. So yeah, shockingly, not what you were hoping for, but
Which means it comes 3. Yeah, that's my turn done then.
hold on a second, let me just double check that skill, make sure that you've got it written down properly. 66 sounds a lot.
Because it was 2 of them and I've got it level 3.
Oh, so it's 3d6 twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I thought it was instant damage, so I just put them together.
Right, okay. So, first of all, this is going to require you to have a free hand, right? So the only way you can do that is if you remove your weapons, which counts as a bonus action. So you would only get one of these attacks as your main action, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it does auto hit. It doesn't do 66 per bomb. It's because you've got a rank 3, you do 3d6, and you've only got five times that you can use this, and then you've got no more. Okay. You have to do a short rest, and then you get one back, or you can basically create one.
So I've used one, and I roll, and then because it's instant, damage.
So you've used one. So you do drop the grenade at the feet of the enemy, and you can have up to 15 feet away. you don't have to be right next to them to do this.
Yeah.
So roll your 3d6 because this is an instant hit because it's such a low damage. So you should do 11 points of fire damage. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go then.
And then what's the 10% of burning about?
The 10% of burning means you've got a 10% chance. So roll your d100. Just do just a straight up d100 roll. And if you get 10 or below, which you didn't, then they would be basically satellite.
Yeah, I got nowhere near 10.
So the blast goes off, up from the feet, up the body, and sends fire just billowing straight upwards, burning the flesh. They quickly pat out all the flames on them, so there's no residual burning, but they do take the initial damage. So that's how that works. Knock off one of your charges from that, so you've got 4 left. And don't forget to reduce your mana by 3. I think it's because that's how much. That's because they're mana charged bombs basically.
Yeah.
I'll keep that out just for reference. Okay, yeah, but just like that, you roll a bomb just between her feet. She looks down and just boom goes off. What are you doing for the rest of your turn? The bear in mind you haven't got your weapons out now because you've put them away with the bonus action.
Oh, I did that with my action. So, am I in melee range of the enemy?
Yes, you are. You within striking range of her, yeah.
Oh, and I can't run away.
Well, you can, but she can have a go at you if you do try. You can't use any abilities to try and run away.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll run away.
You're just going to put some distance between you and her.
Yeah.
All right.
5, 10, 15.
Okay. I need a dexterity save from you, please.
Yes. Dex save. 17.
Yeah. Okay. So you take. Uh, 4 points of fire damage as you manage to leap through the part of the flames that are still alight at this circle. And she's also going to take a swing with her reaction to you leaving or trying to run past her. That's a 14. I don't think that beats your AC, does it?
No, this is...
Is it one less?
One less.
So it's a glancing blow. So we roll damage and then you take half again. Alright, so it's 6, so you can take 3 points of slashing damage.
My temporary hit points are gone.
If you want to, you can use your reaction. And because you are level 4, I believe you get your something dodge. Uncanny dodge or something like that.
No, not yet.
When did you get that? You've not got it yet?
No, that's...
The one that allows you to use your reaction to half the damage?
that's level 5.
Ah, okay. Very well. In which case, something to look forward to next level.
Yay!
Okay, so you take your place in the healing warmth section of that area where Ophi has created a kind of like area of respite. Okay, Darkstalker. Not much she can do, so she's going to stay there. Francis, you're up.
No. He's going to throw Acid Splash at the Darkstalker. So it's a DC 13 dex save.
Dex save of 13. Let's go. 12. That's a fail. Roll your damage. 3. And this is acid?
Yes.
Uh-huh. She takes 3 points of damage. Yep. As the acid washes over her, Gary steps in. You can see
Thanking.
the mud on his hands starting to harden, so he's kind of like curled it round into fists. I guess he's gonna move in and pummel her. It's gonna be 9. No, that's not gonna hit. And 9 again. So bam, bam, as they just bounce off of her shield that she's brought up to bear.
That'll be my go.
All right. Darkstalker around the corner is going to move around to kind of here, I think. And she's going to bring her to the front. 5, 10, 15, 20. She's going to move up, and she's going to go for you, Francis, with a slash of her blade. That's a 13 to hit. What's your AC?
14 with
yeah, because you've got your
mage armor.
Your mage armor for 8 hours. Yes, absolutely. I'll leave that tooltip on there. So just as the blade comes close to hitting you, the effect of your mage armor just flashes out in that green, sickly coloured light and just parries the blade and pushes it away from you. Next one, Scarlet, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to thank Ophi for the warmth. That felt real good. And I can't see any Darkstalkers from here. Oh no, I can. They're in front of the
yeah, you can see 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, without wasting any time then, I'm going to power shot and fire arrow the first one.
Brilliant. Go ahead. So the one that's in front of Francis.
Actually, I will... No, hang on. You need me to make Constitution save, so you need me to make 3 Constitution saves, so my concentration on Hunter's Mark.
Or you can just drop it.
Alright, I'll just drop it. Fine.
I would just drop it.
Okay, yeah.
It's not useful anymore at the moment.
Well, it kind of is. I was going to move it to one of them, but it's fine. Yeah, alright, and I will... Odds are I would have gone down. I'll shoot the first one, power shot, fire arrow, bang.
-5 to hit. This will be a 21 to hit.
Very nice. Yes, that's going to hit. Which one's this one? The one that's in front of GG? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
So that'll be...
14... Oh, it's almost a powerful hit, powerful shot as well. So
yeah, so powerful shot, 14, including that does my hit as well. So that's everything, all the additions.
So
16 piercing.
Okay.
And then another 4 fire.
So it's like 26, 28, somewhere around there. About 28 points of damage. So she goes down screaming.
I'll say die, and I'll keep firing, but I hear a click, click, click because my crossbow is now empty.
Yeah.
Main one is now empty on the clip.
Yep.
And then I will quickly rattle off a second as I realise and shake it and realise it's empty. I will fire off an offhand at the next one as a powerful shot.
Ward breaker.
Oh, that is a crit. That is mega damage.
Oh wow!
Nice.
That is going to be insane damage. That's going to be
okay.
14. I'm assuming that doubled as well. 28.
Well, because it's a crit, I'm not going to reduce or allow her reduction to lightning. So that's going to be 6 points on that as well. 20. So
It's going to be 14, 28 piercing. Plus 28 fire.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I think that's
No.
that's having Hunter's Mark as well. We don't want Hunter's Mark, so take away.
Where did it roll at? 1, 2. Hunter's Mark would have been the second roll, so it would have been 2. So just -2 from the total.
Oh, okay, fine. So with 26 doubled then. So yeah, sorry, 26 then fire and all that. 26 plus 28.
28.
Plus 4.
Goodness me.
That is insane. Well, I'm focused. And I'll shout,
What?
"For Blaise! Blaise, where are you?"
Yeah. Well, needless to say, she's just gone from 0 to 0 in one strike. So she's down. There's not much left of her head after that shot, as Lillian is clearly taking that one to heart. So she goes down with a loud thud, and you can see her weapon and the shield just kind of like spread out from her, from where her body is. For the time being, you guys are... I'll say you're still in combat, but you are free to move about and do what it is you do because you're not in direct combat, if that makes sense. You're still within a combat area, but the situation is kind of dulled down enough that you are not under any threat.
DM, did you see a message earlier in the chat?
I did, yes.
Yeah, I've just got that call. So can you?
Yeah. What a way to make an exit.
Yeah, I'll let you decide how to deal with that, but I'll talk to you shortly.
No worries. Well, it is actually 4 o'clock now, so we're not going to be playing for much longer anyway. Time has really flown by today. So how do you guys want to play this out? You've only got one enemy that's left, and she's severely weakened. Scarlet's turns over. Let's see what Aurora can do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn, pivot, and fire towards this one. Let's see if she can get a good shot off. You don't get better than that, or much better than that. So that's a natural 19 for a 26. Yeah, she's gone. That's really low. That is really low. That should be plus 5. Not plus 3. So in fact she's actually done a total of 8 points of damage as the arrow rips through. Tell me where my sister is. And it's too late. This one has perished. And as you guys have just heard, the shouting and the firing of the arrow as the bow twang reverberates around the room, you can hear the loud gasp as she catches her breath and looks around and tries to see if there's any more threats, which she cannot see, and then heads back towards the wall and just pokes her head round and says, "Alright, come on, let's go. We ain't got time to mess about with these anymore." And from that, you gather that it is actually safe to go heading down there, and Aurora is now just waiting over the body that she's just stuck her arrow into. Okay, guys, combat is over.
Awesome.
This went a lot better than I originally expected. Brilliant.
And we didn't even need the tanks.
No, it's all a fairly squishy party, but the amount of damage is enough. So, what do you want to do now? You've got several bodies that have got equipment on them.
I'm sure Francis wouldn't mind a Beatrice and Bob.
I'm going to use this body here to create Bob.
Yes, so do this before I forget. I need to do these 6, 2 and 1. So everyone will suffer 3 points of durability damage to all of the equipment that they're wearing. Anything that's in the inventory doesn't take any damage.
Is that like the 10 next to my item name?
Yeah. So just reduce it
Nice.
down to, so just put like 7/10 or something like that, or just make a note that you've got a maximum of 10 and that you're down to 7. So you can either repair your stuff or you can find other stuff to replace it. Completely up to you. But for now, you've got slightly damaged weapons. Right. So yeah, as you round the corner, you obviously manipulate one of the bodies and turn them into. Who's that going to be, Francis? Is that Bob or Beatrice coming back?
Bob.
All right. Okay. So Bob appears after quite a long rest because Beatrice was in for him last time. So Bob appears from the body of the fallen. No, not fallen. Yeah, she's fallen. From the fallen rogue. And as it stands, everyone's kind of safe, I suppose. You can see Aurora is just around the corner from where you are, lording over the body that she's just took out with the last arrow that she fired, and she's just leaning over it and twisting it and just ripping it out of the body. You can hear like horrible fleshy sounds being torn apart as she's recovering her arrow that she fired. So we'll put that back up to that. And I think what we should do for now, what we should do is do things that don't require any combat or anything like that, or any exploration. There's a chest here which you can go through and try to open. If you've got a key, then it's super easy. And then obviously you've got the bodies to search and stuff like that, but yeah, so you can do that, but I would probably leave it after that and just get that out of the way, so that when we start in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully we'll have a lot more people here, and we can just dive straight down into the next level, or you can even explore over the other side of the passage over this way, which is up to you. But for now, I will probably stick to just the non-combat stuff.
Okay, well, I'm happy to call it here if everybody else is, because I'm going on holiday tomorrow, so I'd like to finish packing. And I'd much rather kind of open chests and stuff when Scarlett's around. And it'd be nice to do it when the others are here as well. So, yeah. I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are on that. Cat got their tongue.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, do you want to call it here then, guys? Because
Yeah,
we'll only be really going on for about another 5 minutes anyway. So probably best to just leave it, and then we'll pick up in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm good with that.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but we did actually get quite a bit done today. Obviously, a lot more
We
roleplay.
didn't die!
There was a lot more roleplay to the start of the session, which is fantastic. I like to see that, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. And you managed to get revenge on the Darkstalkers, which were waiting for you, Ophi. So
We didn't die.
you didn't
That's
die.
a bonus.
You didn't die. You've solved. You found one way of getting around this fiery death trap.
Oops.
So yeah, you should be pretty proud of yourselves.
What was the other way?
Oh, I'm not telling you that yet. If I feel nice, I'll tell you later on. But it's not until you guys have finished the tower will I tell you how to get around it. Because you still got to get out.
Sure.
We can always teleport out.
This is true. You can. That's one way of getting over it.
It's fine. Just walk through it. It's only a bit of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. I think they tried that approach before. It didn't work, did it?
No.
Anywho. Right, so guys, yeah, if you want to get off then, by all means do. We've had a good session.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. See you in a few weeks.
So,
Bye.
Ciao.
Everybody's gone. Okay. Time to do my DM outro bit, I suppose. Thanks everyone for turning up today. I know obviously you're not hearing me directly over Discord, but obviously you'll hear through the recording. And as you know, I appreciate and love you all very much. So do keep turning up and enjoying it. As for the viewers, I hope you enjoyed the session. Like I said, we did have a very emotional time last time, and partially it leaked over into the start of this one, which I fully expected. And I hope you all enjoyed it. We are trying to fit in as much RP as possible in a dungeon crawler. It's not always easy, but we do the best we can for you. So hopefully you'll all join us for the next session. Next session will be in next 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be playing again. And I guess the party will find out what's in store. There's a little sneak peek as to where they've got to go and what they've got to do. So we'll find out what's down those stairs, hopefully in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully the guys that couldn't make it today do find a way to get here, and obviously we all wish Baxter the absolute very best. Hope he recovers as quickly as he can and fully as he can, and we will be seeing everyone back at 1 PM next Sunday. Nope, sorry, 2 Sundays. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.